Hello everybody, my name is James Williams and everybody here, and welcome back everybody to the F1 Roblox 2012 World Championship, guys. We're back again after we had a 3-month break. It's been 3 months after our drivers challenging at the Hungarian Wing Circuit in Germany last time out. But yeah, we're back again here for round 10 though of the Formula 1 Roblox 2012 World Championship here at the Hungarian Hungary in Budapest for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Here are the Hungarian circuit in Hungary. Ready for this race to see who's going to do this probably for this. But yeah, we're here for round 10 for the qualifier session, so you see who will be dominating this circuit very a lot. So yeah, we're here for this. I'm going to see who determines who's going to train up all the purposes for the race. Tomorrow, probably through the show. So yeah. So, which one of the 24 drivers, so hopefully which one of the 24 drivers on cars, which one of the 24 cars will dominate to this session and make their way through and into the final season in Q3 and make it way into the fight for pole position, and whoever goes quickest will start the race on pole position. We'll be on pole position for tomorrow's GP and see who's going to take place. So we had the Hungarian guys for round 10 for the qualifying session to get back on the way after 3 months absent. We missed that. Really, I've been doing some basically we're doing some more videos like lately, guys. Like the anchors to myself, like taking control of my body a lot, and a lot of studying I've been doing in my college year in Derby College Roundhouse. I was studying to do some engineering course I was doing about, and I'm doing my and done some revision for my English and maths exam preparation, and I've done one of those already. Yeah, but my English and maths lessons apparently. So yeah, this is really truly solid amazing this is gonna be. So yeah. It really good work out. I've been recorded for a very long time after for 3 months. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe I'll be busy with again. But I hope you guys will like this video. Leave a comment down below and please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this Roblox F1 Trade 12 season more often clearly. But we're kind of getting to getting close to halfway to the midway through the season apparently. So and we're here for round 10 then. So after 9 rounds away gone though, after we've gone from Australia to Germany and into Hungary right now, let's have a quick look at the Drivers' Championship and see how things changed after Germany. And we can see here is the 2007 champion Iceman for Lotus, Kimi Räikkönen, who is currently on top. He's at the top of the Drivers' Championship standings. And he's leading the way with 69 points, just 3 points ahead of Charles Pic in the Wilson. The Frenchman closing down by just 3 points. Sergio Perez for Sauber and the Mexican closing down after moves up to third place after Gusto's win the last race in Germany. He scored and made and get a superb win at the Hockenheim Wing Circuit. He's moved up to third, Klinsley, and is just 5 points behind Kimi. Bottas is in fourth, didn't score any points in the last race. He retired, sadly to say so, in the last race in Germany. Roman Gross is in third, did get some valuable points in the last race in Germany. Glocks in stays sixth, while Ferguson is just 1 point behind him in seventh. Michael Schumacher is just 1 point ahead of his fellow German mate Vettel. Dolorosa, the 2010 champion of Roblox of Formula 1, is 9, and David Cole completed the top 10 with 40 points for Toro Rosso. In the Constructors' Championship, Lotus F1 team are currently the way purchased 6 points for Marussia team. Sauber are in third place with 93 ahead of McLaren Mercedes. The Mercedes are in fifth by just 1 point behind McLaren and have to try to get ahead of them by the end of the race of the Hungarian Grand Prix coming this weekend in Hungary. HOT are in sixth place with 8 points and hopefully they do really well in the last season in Formula 1. Behind Toro Rosso 7th, Ferrari, Red Bull 8th, and Ferrari 9th with 60 points. So hopefully it's going to be starting to change. So yeah, Red Bull and Ferrari are 7 points between each other and 7 points between these two lovely teams. Red Bull and Toro Rosso. Toro Rosso mean Red Bull in Italian, and Red Bull is a very good Austrian company, and Toro Rosso is an Italian car company team. It's good solid work for the Formula 1 paddock and all the whole world sport in Formula 1. Alright, qualifying start to begin. It's going to begin right now. Remember, the top 17 drivers will go through to the second part of qualifying. The slowest 7 drivers will be knocked down. We have to sort of place it for the back of the pack for tomorrow's race, for the race tomorrow. So yeah, that's sad to say, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, they don't want to have that completely. So yeah, bad news for them, and I'm gonna have to start the way back. Then hopefully try to make some places up the field. That makes it further up the field to make a good charge up from the field for tomorrow's GP. Hopefully to make it through into the get some 5 points in the top 10, and hopefully 125 points down to 1 point. So yeah, but hopefully that will be fine for that. So yeah. So we wait for quarter one. 24 driver to prepare the lap times. So the first two are going to go out will be gone from the order who the final results came from the German Grand Prix last time in the last race. So anyway, guys, hope you guys like this video. Let's begin qualifying. So we're going to start with the driver who finished first and second place in that race in the German Grand Prix last time out. So let's do this, guys. Qualifying is about to begin right now. So the first two going to do their lap will be these two drivers, Mas and Prix. So Sergio Prix, the winner of the last race in Germany, winner of the last race in Germany, and he's about to begin his lap right now. So running for the championship, so the Mexican driver had a good starting win at the Hungarian win last time out. Or we went to there, it was the last race completely sunny, and Massa, well, a good starting second place there. Good work for the Brazilian for 3R. He only had one victory so far in this World career and seasons he has so far, winning the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in 2011 last season. That was truly not believing it for Master Felipe there. Yeah, truly sorry for this is going really much not well for Felipe. Went down below the top 10 so far, and not winning chance of getting title going into the last race career into sooner or later, or those for that. So Perez, the winner of the last race in Germany. Let's see how the Mexican driver hopefully can still contain all the situation for that as he has approached towards turn 12. He's heading towards the fire corner now. Round the longest right-hander on the corner in this whole circuit. Across the line, so 1 minute .581 for Mr. Checo for Sergio Perez. Here goes Felipe Massa in the FIA. The Brazilian across the line, and it's a 1 minute .847. So looks like Perez was quicker than Massa around that time. So good work for them. So that's these two drivers facing third and second place in the last race in Germany. So they're done. Now let's bring on to the next two. Will be Nico Rosberg and Charles Pic. So Rosberg for Mercedes and Charles Pic for Mercer. Now Nico was the only German who got onto the podium in his home race last time out in Germany. So that's probably safe for the German fans in Germany in the hockey arena last time out completely. But let's see how this one goes for that. As he goes down the straight there. That's Rosberg goes for turn 2. And 3 goes to turn 3. And it looks like he's doing really well so far with the car. So Rosberg for Mercedes is clearly going up and winning there. Charles Pitt, let's see how he's doing going through the longest left hand at turn 2. Great is easy by the way. More downforce and more pace on the straight there. Up we go through the chicanes go Rosberg. So, well, the pace of the Mercedes after Germany last time I was quite a bit slow. Well, Rosberg, you remember last time he qualified? I think he got into top 10, I think. Or maybe he just missed out by a couple of tenths per lap. I think he missed out. But if Rosberg's potential was 5 coin now around the longest right hander and puts the line to right now. Across the line, it's a 1 minute .605. That is for Nico Robert Charles Pic. That is a 1 minute 1.075. So that's a 1 minute 1 there. So Pic is the first try. Set 1 minute 1 there. Rosberg said 1 minute .605. So nothing compared about this so far for this, clearly. As it looks like both drivers are situation on the commentary all done. So yeah. Firstly, nothing can do about it now. So it looks like Rosberg goes into second place. Pic dying P4. So that's the first full drive done the lap so far for this. We need to update these pit lane boxes. Unfortunately, I actually got the pit lane is actually a bit closer. Unfortunately, they need to have a bit of an update next time and after qualifying is finished. Because this pit lane is at least more, that is. For them to fit in, unfortunately. So yeah, nothing they can do about it now. So they're heading back. So anyway, Rosberg heading back to the pits. So let's get the next two coming up. There will be both Germans of Hungarian, the Force India, and Sebastian Vettel for Red Bull Racing for the 4-time world champion versus Nico. So the Hug versus Seb. Let's see who's going to come out on top. Let's see who's going to go quickest in this first crossover between these two German drivers. So the German battle is on there between these two youngest star drivers, Sebastian Vettel and Nico Hülkenberg. Actually, they're older drivers now. Huckleberry begins lap and Seb. Not Seb, or Super Safe, not like that. So Sebastian and Nico are off. So down they go into turn 1. Come around to the right hander, so longest straight before they go into this. Better go fix it and go there, going into turn 1 there straightfully. And into the longest left hander turn 2. Whoa, looks like they're doing pretty well to get the space edge out a little. Sebastian getting close to the back of Huckleberry there, but Nico is pulling in the top though for Cynthia. As they're coming into chicane right now into turn 9, not turn 9 10, so for the going into chicanes. Well, Limmo got a lot to pace that's just going to be for these two drivers in Formula 1. Here with the Hungarian second in Hungary. Down they go, going into the last part of the section of the track. It looks like Huckleberry is not near enough to Perez this time. Never did about it, but let's see as they come out to the last corner now. Huckleberry could be the first qualifying. There we go. And Seb is cross the line as well. So Seb said 1 minute 0.802. Huckleberry said 1 minute 0.596. It's actually just 9 milliseconds. Just only 9 1,000 of a second than to Sergio Perez. So actually slower than Perez. So just 9,000 between Huckleberry and Perez. That was a very truly close call between Perez and Huckleberry will be teammates in 2014 into 2016. So yeah, so good work there for Huckleberry. Goes to the top, goes goes second quickest in this first qualifier session of the day here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Vettel sat in behind Massa at the moment in P4, but would he stay there while the rest of can he stay there? Can he stay there in the top? Can he stay there in the top? Say that completely as. But we only got a lot of more drives to come and do the lap times though. Because we had 6 so far, and we've got only just 18 more left to go. So let's go and move on to the next two. Will be Bruno Senna and Heiko live for Caterham and Williams. Next up. So here comes the Brazilian Bruno Senna, the son of Ayrton Senna, and he comes round to begin his lap here at the Hungary. So Senna is off. But Heikki's just coming round the final corner right now, heading towards this longest right-handed corner here. And here he comes then, and off he goes. Across the line right now, and he's off. So let's have a quick look at Senna and Caroline and see what they can do then. So Heikki is off on his lap there as he goes down the straight. So he's just coming towards turn number 3, just gone past, and he's now going up the hill to turn 4, and into the semi-circle for turn 5, and then 6 and 7 corners. Then it's turn number so it's going through to turn number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This has got point tracks into dust in real life in Formula 1. It is. But this is a fixed layout now. It's updated since last season we had a lot of tournaments. It's actually last season we had in the Hungarian last year back in January 2021 when I was here. In Grandma's house, I was potentially so. So Will says 1 minute 0.71. So don't think that is going to be great. He goes behind Wasbird down at the moment. But he can take a low. Let's see what his laptop could do for this. Take across the line. It's a 1 minute 0.679, and he goes behind as well behind Wasbird. So he's only just 2200 for the second between both Senna and Caroline. That was very truly close between these two drivers going out next. So good job for that. So I hope they will be safe and sound for that. But anyway, so then Caroline, I hope they will be safe and sound for them to go through to Q2 to fans then. But hey, let's get the next two. Next up will be Romain Grosjean, the Frenchman for Lotus, and Mark Webber in the other Red Bull. So Webber was the first team to have 2 dry out of track so far at the moment. Clearly, so it's the app. So Romain Grosjean for Lotus and Mark Webber for Webber Race are ready to go. Very clearly, trustfully go around the circuit here in the Hungary. As Romain goes, the Frenchman is off for his lap, and here comes Mark Webber. Probably try to get into Q to get into qualifier 2 to try to get into the next qualifier. So, would you remember last time out in Germany, last time out in qualifying, I actually got knocked out in Q1 for not having a personal best lap time to try and prove it a lot than his team has made it into the last in Q2, the last qualifier in Germany. So yeah. So Webber has already got That's why I got some points on the board. Sorry, after Fizz got 1 point in that. After got scored 1 point in the last race in Germany, the Hocker win last time out in Germany. Fizz in the top 10, Fizz in the top 10, Fizz in 10th for the last scoring point driver to score the point in Germany. So leave afterwards then. So yeah. So Grosjean is up to the turn 12 bit. Here goes Mark Webber as well. As approaching the last 2 corners right now into the longest right-hander fire corner come through right now. Here goes Will McGregor. Cross the line he goes. It's 1 minute 0.698 for the president. What about Mark Webber? 1 minute 0.782. He's actually quicker than his teammate Feb, but he's just 20 hundredth of a second there, clearly. Sorry. So what a good run for though between these two drivers, between Grosjean and Webber. So well done for that. So Grosjean and Webber, well, hopefully they'll be safe at the moment, clearly. There are only 100 attempts between each other, apparently. That is so leave for that. And hopefully there will be a chance to try and see these two going into the Q2, the next qualifying Q2, or maybe not. Possibly, because we got 12 more. We've only got another 40 more drives left to go, though, to try to a lap here, the Hungarian Budapest in Hungary. Anyway, here come the next 2 drivers, which are Kumu Kobayashi for Sauber. The Japanese driver is off, though. And the 7-time world champion in Formula 1 history, Michael Schumacher. So off they go, though. Off they go for the lap times here. Here at this Hungarian second in Hungary. Wait for round 10. So through they go under the Bradley. And turn 2. Really good sign for this circuit then. Here at the Hungarian Hungary. That's really good. And Kobe going on down the straight away, on the other straight then, turn 3. Alliance sign, yeah. Very good. I'll just be here, Kobe part of Formula 1, sorry, man. So yeah, through they go into the cane there, as Kamui has got this sorted out previously by himself, yeah. Clearly obvious so yeah. We're only going to turn 11, so we're going to start to work there to see how Kamui will go really better for this way, so yeah. As he goes through the turn 12 through the hairpin and into turn 4 in the far corner of the second, and they will come around to complete his lap. So what will Kobe have to do? And so he's puts the line now and on the straight, and it's only just 1 minute 1.033 for Kamui. What about Michael Schumacher? Across the line, and it's a 1 minute 1.010. Oh dear me. 23 hundredths between these two drivers, those two. So that's a bit of bad news for them. Hopefully there'll be a bit danger here. There could be a bit of a risk here for this. So yeah, there could be trying to be knocked out probably. So see, leave for that then, clearly. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't think they're going to be through, guys. I don't think so. But we'll have to wait into the other half of the drivers complete that. So we're already halfway through. We've got 12 of the drivers, and we've only got 12 more to do. So we're actually halfway through this first qualifying go. We're 12 drivers down, just 12 more drivers to go. Then, and it's currently out in front. It is out in clear in front. It's Nico Hug. It's Sergio Perez for Sergio Perez go for Sauber goes quickest ahead of Hülkenberg. Third is Rosberg, and fourth is Kovalainen in the Caterham. So we'll be safely through. I hope he's saying for sound for that clearly. But let's get into the second half of this of the teams. Then the next 2 will be coming out will be Fernando Alonso and Sorry Giffern for Ferrari and Toro Rosso. So the half drivers down, half of the remaining drivers left to go though. And next up, and the first of the second half of this qualifier will be Fernando Alonso for Ferrari. So 2 of the Italian teams are Ferrari and Toro Rosso. It will be Fernando Alonso and 2-time Formula E champion Charles Leclerc. So it will be 2-time world champion Fernando Alonso versus 2-time Formula E champion Charles Leclerc, who's currently at the DS2 competing in Formula 1 and Formula E. Well, after he didn't do well in the last race for the DS2 Formula E team for season 1 in Belisaro last time out, clearly. Sorry, man. Flanders Kane, he goes through, and we go into the 9, 10, and just 8, 9, 10, 11 corners. And plowing down the straight and into turn number 12. And into the lovely round 13. And into the 5 car going to turn 5. Now, what would the Spaniard could do? Alonso heading towards the line now. Down the straight across the line. It's a 1 minute. Oh, and just 1 minute 1.07 that was for Alonso. What could Fern could do on this lap then? When he goes to the 5 corner. And he said 1 minute 1.110, the same as Michael Schumacher set. The decimal time did to the thousandth of a second. Well, the same annual lap times there as Kobayashi is not doubt was not below head by Fernando Alonso there. So yeah. So it looks like I don't think we're not going to see these two drivers through clearly for Alonso. But there could be risk of danger here, being knocked or risk of being knocked out completely at the end of Q1 by the end of the first qualifier in Hungary. What can they say there? Well, let's bring on the next two will be Passamar for Williams and Charles and David Ricardo in the second Toro Rosso as Australia, and the fellow Australia are next up to take on the Hungarian second qualifying session. So who's going to take on top? Who's good? I don't know. Let's find out then. Right, heading towards the fire core right now, goes past the mine now as the Williams drive begins this lap right now, and off he goes. So, he's next up, and here comes the 8-time Grand Prix Formula winner, Daniel Ricciardo. The Toro Rosso Australian drive is round the fire core right now, they're on the right, goes right around this right corner, and off he goes though. Down the straight, and on he goes though. So, and he goes, and his car is actually half sideways there, potentially, as he goes through this whole circuit, particularly, or that's obviously so, man. And the further he he goes past the Maranello. So, the number 18 Williams driver going through turn 8 to turn 11 now, through these corners now into turn 11, and on the straight one now, and let's see what the car would do. Be okay going through the chicanes there. Oh, why did it through the chicanes there? But heading towards the last corner. What can Marcelo could do? When he gets to the last 500 corners there and across the line, it's 1 minute .864 for Pasta. As he goes, hope he will be safe, or maybe not truly so, behind Seb. What about Ricardo? Round the 5 corner. On the straight now and across the line, and it's a 1 minute .674 for the Australian driver. That's a good lap that was for Ricardo. And he goes into P4 behind header cover line. So we got into P4 for Toro Rosso. So good choice that was for him. So well done for these two drivers of Passamano and Derek Ricardo for Williams and Thomas. So that's these two done the lap time completely. So I think Martin will be a bit risk of danger here, but Ricardo will probably see him through potentially into the next quarter. Saying to key to last Gustavs who won. They're going for the last right. The 5 core right, very long right-handed turn leg before the last straight and across the line to finish the lap tendency. So good job for that. Alright, so that's these two will be hopefully safe and some done now. Next up will be Kimi Raikkonen in the Lotus, the championship, and also the championship leader, the finish drive 2007 and 2007 Formula 1 chairman is ready to go next, and also the main car the engine for HRT is ready to go as well potentially. So let's see how these two drivers will do really well for this. And see if they can get even closer to the top of the top of the qualification chart for qualifying. So let's see how they would do well. So Microsoft will be sort of ahead of Fern because he said it's not potential third. He was ahead of Fern in the race in the last race in the German Grand Prix last time out. The last race, potentially the Hocker winning his home race in Germany, being the Frenchman out completely. So from 12th place to 14th place potentially. So yeah, that's what I said. I was like time. So Schumacher was ahead of Fern, who was the first judge. So a lot of time there clearly. So behind Monami car next up. So yeah, so that would be what it would be like. Determine the order for that for the race for the annual pacing qualifying for the race for the starting grid for the race tomorrow for these two drive potentially. So let's see. Yeah. All right, here comes the next two. Will be the main car Ken for HRT and Kimi Raikkonen for Lotus. So champion leader and Ken is up and running then. So if we go to turn 12 into the round left turn 13 and putting the 5 car by 9 to or need to switch the camera to the angle there. Here we go across the line right now and 1 minute 1.160. That's a slow lap time for that for quad care, but like a good starting lap for the Iceman for Lotus as the Champions League goes on the 1 minute 0.746 and smashing it though. Had the Webber and Vettel there for both Red Bulls clearly. Good starting lap for the Champions League there. Bit better than the last qualifier said he had though potentially. Was bad because he was accidentally, unfortunately, was knocked down in the last qualifier in Q1 relatively. Last time out in Germany. Well, can we get through here in Hungary at the end of Q1 by the time for the rest of the drivers finish their laps? Hopes actually so. But anyway, we've got a few more drivers to go. Next up, both of the McLaren, two foreign famous world champions. 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton and 2009 Formula 1 world champion, one-time world champion Jenson Button. So the McLarens, so both the McLaren Mercedes drivers, further full drivers are next then, guys. So enjoy it. So here come the two famous McLaren champions, Button and Lewis. Oh dear me, it's going to be a bit tight to clean these two drivers, but Button and Lewis, unfortunately, both close together for start totally. And unfortunately, there's no close together on these two drivers, so between these two drivers, between Jenson and Lewis. So off they go, but we can record Jenson lap because unfortunately we can't record Lewis. So I think we'll go around this track like 2 or 3 times trying to post our lap times and quicker. So Jenson will be off first. Potentially we'll have to wait his turn. So both of the Brits are battling out potentially. And further go into the chicane. So Button on a clear lap, Lewis on a potential lap. On the cooldown lap, but he's preparing for his lap time, but it's not set just yet. Button into turn number 1 now, so really good on the pace there. He comes through the final sector of the circuit though. As for they go into turn 13, so Jenson not finding the upper hand very clearly. So through there, round the 5 corner to come through, and let's see what Jenson can set. And it's a 1 minute 0.654, and he goes into P. And he goes into the top 10 so far in this classification. So good work there for Jenson Button. Goes into the top 10 potentially. So good work for Jenson Button. So now it's up to his team Lewis Hamilton to show you how would the other Britain driver would do really well around this course here in Britain. I mean, not in Britain, here at the Hungarian in Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying session. So let's see how he could do though, guys, throughout this session. So with Jenson completely fit his lap potentially. Next up is his teammate Lewis Hamilton. Now it's his teammate Lewis Hamilton's turn. The other Brit to see how he would do well on his lap time. Off goes Lewis Hamilton now. So what would the former McLaren would do? Plow down the straight, foot per hard, foot down the straight, going down into turn 1. Very hard going to the right hand that goes through there. There he goes. And yeah. Just to remind you guys, qualified 2 and 3 will be in the morning, guys. So this will be only for the night. So Q will be only for the night only, potentially. But Q2 and 3 will begin tomorrow in the morning, guys. So hopefully we'll get that very shortly underway, potentially. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm staying at grandma's for the whole week. My families are going on a anniversary, going to a wedding tomorrow. So the rest of the qualifiers will be tomorrow morning. Sorry, guys. So yeah. So Hamilton going through the fight. Oh, he touched his teammate. He just collided with his teammate there, completely going into the fire sector. Going through the fire, right-hander going through. That was a big class there between Lewis and Button. I don't think the show will not investigate. Will not look into the investigation between Bubba class after the qualifier session there. But Hamilton crossed the line and posted his lap of a 1 minute 0.848. So unfortunately, he goes slower than his teammate Jenson did. So Hamilton 1 minute 0.848 does not advance ahead of his teammate, potentially not, but he does get safe for 3 into Q2, slightly okay, just about. So we've only got 4 more jobs left to go. So next one will be Paul Duess in the Force India, the Scotsman versus the Wilson Vitali Petrov in the other occasion. So which one they would go quickest and see how they could do it. Could they beat Prix do current fastest in this first qualifier session? We'll hope so. We'll hope so, truly being for that. So they are next, truly, to do the lap, guys. Here the Hungarian in Hungary. So only just 4 more drivers left to go and do record tonight until tomorrow morning, guys. So next 2 will be Paul Duester for Force India, and Vitaly Petrov the worst for Catron. So off they go down the straight into turn one. Try nicely right-handed, good, easy, good. That's a good, nice, good acceleration, good exit there, perfect exit there. Going to turn one though for Portugal. Good entrance there. Good entrance into turn one. That 20 quite twisty-handed corner there. Up they go up they come up the hill, up the straight, and into turn three, and into the curb at turn five for the Decay 6 and 7. Vitali winging in close to the back of Scotland for the rest and the Force India there. But the rest and Vitali are clearly doing really well so far as they go through to the league. But so far, hopefully we'll see them hopefully not blowing the bottom 7, or hopefully not, to see the first and job we out at the end of Q1. So you could put those across the line. So 1 minute 0.664 for the Scotsmen as the Force India drive goes into the top 10. But Petrol only 1 minute 0.052. Unfortunately, he's out of qualifying, unfortunately. So only just P like 90 or 80 he could be, sadly. But unfortunately, Petrol doesn't advance through to the next qualifiers, unfortunately, guys. So yeah. So Petrol unfortunately is out, but Paul is dress is through. And clearly on the task of going through into the second qualifier session, along with the other front runners, though, here at the Hungarian Hungary. So we only got 2 more jobs left to go, guys. The final 2 will be Pedro Lewis in the HRT and Timo Glock in the other third. So those are the last 2 to do the lap runs. And then we'll call it a night, though, to forget, guys. A good night to remember, guys, for this first qualifier session here in Hungary. And see who the 7 drivers who didn't advance into Q1. Who didn't advance to the second qualifier of the race of the Grand Prix qualifying itself. So the final 2 drivers of the day, guys, would be Timo Glock for Marussia, currently in 6th in the championship, and the 2010 Roblox Formula 1 champion Pedro as a 2010 champion. And off it goes. There we go. The final countdown and the final drivers to set the lap times is currently underway with these 2 drivers to go. Sorry about the fault there from me. I just let it complete by accident though, but it just by accident, by instance for that securely. There's a bit of gravel sand there, trapped there in turn 5. There's coming into turn 4, coming into turn 4, and there's more coming into turn 6 and 7 into the canes. Scott's managed to avoid that. And on he goes through the chicanes. Through he goes into the left hangers. And through he goes pushing turn 12 and into the 5 part section. So remember, only the 17th fastest drive will go through to fast Q2 for tomorrow morning. Or the last one we'll have to make a place for the back, and we'll have to start the very back of the pack for tomorrow's race coming up tomorrow. Will be that for over the weekend here in Hungary. So Glock's place lap is 1 minute 0.861 and Tigers Lorenza a 1 minute 0.699. So it looks like it might be through. And Glock, I hope does it get through or not, but it's a 1 minute 0.861. I think he does advance to make it to Q2, or maybe not. But if someone tries to post a 1 minute 0.9, they'll be out. Means I think Glock doesn't have actually made. I don't think he hasn't made it through. Unfortunately not, guys. So that is it, guys. That's the end of Q1. That's a night to remember here at the Hungarian Grand Prix, the Budapest circuit in Hungary, the Hungarian circuit. So let's take a look at the time. Let's take a look at the time sheets then of the drivers, of the Formula 1 drivers' lap time and teams' lap times. Scheduled is set though already. Okay, so you can see, guys. Here's all the drivers' lap times of Q. So there's the pace lap time in Q1, and I'll tell you I'll sort this out and see who are the 7 slowest driver, and I'll tell you. I'll be right back for a few minutes, guys. I'll tell you who are the 7 slowest drivers who didn't make it through to the second qualifier and to make it through to the next qualifier session, and they will be knocked out, and they will be starting at the back of the pack in the back of the field from 8 to 24 for tomorrow's Grand Prix for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Actually, guys, Glock did advance to Q2. My apologies for that, guys. My apologies for that, clearly. My apologies, mistake for that. So yeah, he's safe with first, also for passing mine, but it said Brooke wins up through clearly for that potentially. So yeah, well done for them. so they're through, and so is Lewis Hamilton and Button from McLaren. After a big touchdown there was no further investigation from the stewards. There's no further investigation accident there between these two drivers from the stewards. So there'll be no petty further action for that for these two McLaren drivers. So yeah. So the end of qualifying one guys for the night. So at the end of the night, at the end of Q1 guys. So the drivers, so the 7 drivers who didn't make it through to Q2 appear on the screen right now, guys. Here's the list upon those drivers. So out in qualifying, 1 are Michael Schumacher, the 7-time world champion for Mercedes, is out. Zoe Fern for Toro Rosso is out as well in 19th. Fernando Alonso out already for Ferrari, so the Spaniard doesn't go through unfortunately. So Palio slow typically lap for Fernando 1.017 does not advance a lot to him for the two-time champion for Ferrari. And also as well as Kubiya, the Japanese driver for Sauber, and also the three slowest team drivers. One from the 3 teams that is would be, and that would be so yeah. And as well the 3 slowest from teams in real life, which are Vitaly Petrov for Caterham, Charles Pick for Borussia, and the main card came for HRT. All have been knocked out. So it wasn't Vitaly Petrov, Engineering Katakir, and Frenchman Charles Pick have all been knocked out and joining Schumacher, Fern, Alonso, and Kobayashi in the drop zone. Plus CCS. So out goes Michael Schumacher, Fern, Alonso, Camille Kobayashi, Vitaly Petrov, Charles Pick, and the main card at the end of Q1. So yeah, disappointing day for them. So yeah. Alright, that's wrapped up Q1 for that, guys. Well, join us tomorrow morning, guys, for Q2. We'll see with the 70 fastest qualification drivers. Yeah, with the 70 made it through drivers. With the 70 fastest car made it through in this next part of qualifying. We'll spot it up to the top 10 in Q2. So tomorrow morning. So that will be taking place tomorrow morning. So 70 drivers out, 7 more to lose in the next qualifying session tomorrow. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that first qualifying session, guys. Thanks for seeing that completely. So, but we'll see you in the morning and see who will be the fastest 10th driver will make it through into the final shootout in Q3. But we'll see you guys. But anyway, guys, thanks everybody for watching, guys. We'll see you in the morning, guys. Lights out for now. Anyway, we'll see you in the morning, guys. See you later. Well, I'll get this sorted out for Q2. Anyway, guys, we'll see you in the morning, guys. Lights out, baby. We'll see you guys in the morning, baby. See you. I will see you guys in the morning. So take care. Good night. Well, good morning to you all again, and welcome back, everybody, for qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix, the Hungarian circuit in Budapest, where we already had the first qualifying where certain drivers certain cars would be knocked out in Q1 recently, and there was no further accident there. There was no further investigation accident though between the two McLaren Hamilton and Button, so there's no investigation necessary from the FIA stewards and I mean there was no penalty required. No penalty required accident. No further accident investigation for that incident between the two McLarens there. So no penalty for that collision though between the two McLarens. And it won't happen ever again though. Certainly not. So yeah, alright. So the 7-12 we lost in the last night were Michael Schumacher, Soren Fern, Fernando Alonso, Camille Kobayashi, Vitaly Petrov, Noé Kartikeyan, and Charles Pick. And we've got 70 cars left to go. We've got 70 runners left for this start of this second qualifying session. It's about to begin in a couple minutes time. So who are the top 10 going to be going through who will be the 10 fastest driver who will go through to penultimate shooter of this session in qualifying 3. Well, we're gonna find out here. Let's do qualifying 2 now because we're about to get ready to go then, as we're going to get the first 2 cars out of the track. Will be the same we had in qualifying from top to bottom. So the Perez and Mass will be out first. So looking forward to this. We'll update this circuit for the race soon enough though. So we're looking forward for this morning to go really terrifically well for this course. So yeah. So After all that specifications, after that Q1 appearance, we had 7 out, and I need another 7 more to drop up for this second qualifier session. This one later, guys. But let's do this, guys. Let's do this once and for all. It's time to begin Q2 and Q3 for qualifying. Let's continue the qualifier session for the Hungarian Grand Prix and see who's going to be starting on pole position for tomorrow's Grand Prix. So for the race. But wait, let's begin qualifying now. We start with the fastest, the first two winning first and second place in the German career last time out in the last race. Anyway, let's begin Q2, guys. Let's do this. So, Perez and Massa looks like they're out away first up. So yeah. So unfortunately, both their teammates were out already. So both Kobayashi and Alonso were both out, unfortunately. So it's up to their teammates Massa and Perez to try to get through to qualifying 3. They're the only the last remaining one. The remaining cars left in the team currently are in going through to the next qualifier into Q2. But can they get into the top 10 shootout then? But anyway, they're going start the lap though. As they go through to turn 2. Look at Massa going through the left-hander. Longest left-hander. There's 2 longest corners there is at turn 2 and turn number 14. Potentially that's going to be. So yeah, here we go. So Perez into turn 8, 9, 10. Yep, there we go. There goes Massa as well. Fairbeard's going well so far to see how the Ferrari will do pace for that. As going for the hairpin goes Checo. Massa's just coming into the 5-part sector now, right now. So Perez around the 5 core right now as the Mexico coming across the line now. And it's a 1 minute .762. What about Massa? What could the Brazilian could do? It's a 1 minute .818. So Checo's actually got quickest had the Massa like the same. Like he said slowest from his previous lap was 1 minute .58 when he was the quickest man in was the fastest man in out in Q1, but unfortunately that lap time is slowing now in the second part qualifying. Massa at 818, and it's currently fastest, and he's gone quickest on than his Q1 lap time does. That's a good work for Reaper, man. So yeah, well done for them. Hope we see them. Hope we see them in the final suit tower in Q qualifying 3. I hope so. But can they stay this right now here in the Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying so that by the end of that? But ready to go come back to pits now. So yeah, good work for that. Massa improved that lap by only just about 29 millisecond he improved on that his second one on his second qualifying lap, so good work for that. But we're heading back to pits right now, so let's get the next 2 now will be, but it will be another German bout, this time Rosberg and Huckenberg. Last time it was Vettel and Huckenberg. This time will be both of Nico's of Huckenberg and Rosberg. So let's see which one of the driver team, which one of the drivers from Force India or the remaining Mercedes will go quickest then. Let's see which Nico's going to go quickest. And they're up next. So yeah, they're going to be next. So let's check them all. See them on. Okay, the battle with the Nicos is on. So Mercedes Nico Rosberg is off. The Track Champion German is off. And here comes the Ford City of Nico Hülkenberg. The Hulk is now completely drove this to when it used to be Aston Martin. He only waits for 2 years to replace the COVID and tested positive Sebastian Vettel that is from this year in this season 2022. So I hope we'll get the 2022 phase sooner or later for that. But unfortunately, hopefully the Aston Martin are not there because I saw the Roblox 2022 delivery out from this year. So potentially this is going to be all changed about this. So yeah. So for this case, then Nico Rosberg, the Mercedes is completely going quicker than this circuit goes on for him. It goes Hulkenberg. Before he goes into chicane into 8 to 9 and 10. Rosberg changed towards the last sector. Let's go aboard him. So going well so far. When he goes to the hairpin, here goes Hulkenberg going down as well. Transferly and heading towards the line right now goes Rosberg. What's going to be lap time for Nico? A 1 minute .820. What about Nico? Approaching the line right now and across the line now. It's a 1 minute .841 for the Fortune. So it looks like Nico Rosberg wins that battle of the Nicos between the Hulk and Rosberg himself. So it looks like the Tracy Setter is actually quicker, has beaten that potentially by just 21 tenths of a hundredth of a second there, potentially for that. So Rosberg wins that bout of the Germans, wins that bout of the Nicos. So it's Rosberg who's got the head of Nico Hülkenberg. Going to be the quickest then, and he beaten the Force India out. Good job for that, Nico. So what's been saying P actually they're actually in third for the lap was slow. Was only just 2 milliseconds from Felipe Massa's Fiori there. That was a potential close one battle that was indeed between Massa and Nico there, but it's 2 milliseconds, thousands of a second that is. Hopefully, but it's still Massa clear out in front head of Nico. As totally, that's a good run for that. So yeah, 2 minutes episode with these two driving between Massa and Rosberg, but it's Massa Catilli, but it's clearly out of the top with 1 minute point 762 in the second part qualifying. So let's get to the next. So let's move on to the next two now. So alright, next two. Alright. So the next two will be Sebastian Vettel for Red Bull and Brice for Williams. So let's see what they could do on this circuit. So they're gonna go again. So let's get to them right now. Let's do that now. So it's kind of late in the afternoon now, guys. Because we just see the first 4 cars out this morning in the afternoon now of this Hungarian Grand Prix qualifier for Q2 and Q3, guys. For the second qualifier of the Hungarian Grand Prix, the Hungarian circuit. And we'll go back on the way in the building. It's already in the afternoon. We've already the first 4 car out of the track already. Set the lap times already. So yeah. And now we're getting to the next half of these qualified drivers haven't set up to just yet, and off they go. Then goes Vettel and Brice. That's what they're going through. Next 2 drivers go try to put their lap time. So yeah. So currently, so far, it's Perez out in front, head to Massa, Rosberg in third, and Pogba in P4. So that's from Checo, from Massa, from Nico Rosberg, and Nico Huckelberg, and Hulk himself in 4th place in the moment so far in this qualifier lately then. So what will Brice and Vettel will probably do for their lap times there? As they go through to turn 4 into 5. Seeing these, you can see the guy going in for the chicane right now, goes Senna and Sebastian. Now going in for the chicane right now. Looks like they're surviving. Look like upper hand there to close down Seb there. Before they go into turn 11. Looks like they're up at race. Looks like they're handful lap might do. Firstly, before they go into turn 12. Very good. Easy there. All bit of touch there of the world mark for Senna. That could lose a bit of crucial time there. That is for the Brazilian there. But heading towards the line now, here goes Sebastian Vettel. The Red Bull driver goes to 1 minute point 7. And Senna 1 minute point 860. So good thing that mistake at turn 12 didn't cost some valuable time there. But he managed to clear off. So a bit of a bump there. But a bit of a bump there. A bit of a bang, a bit of a bump there. Like on the corners at turn 12 going into the fire part of the sector of the circuit. And through turning into the fire corner. He managed to bear it easy. So Vettel colleague goes quickest at the Perez. He goes far. It means 1 minute point 7 for the 4-time champion German for Red Bull. It's clearly at the top there, guys. He's in first place. Well, Senna is actually in a bit of trouble. He's at 1 minute point 8. He's down in 6th place. So first go quickest. Then Perez, Massa, and Rosberg. So good work for these 2 drivers then. So let's get the next 2 though. We'll be Heikki Kovalainen and Roman Grosjean. So we'll be Caterham versus Lotus F1 team next to see which one of the teams will hopefully go all on the way since 2011 we were both Lotuses in 2011 season. So let's see who's going to win this next out. Will it be Lotus, Roman Grosjean, or the Romanian Caterham of Heikki Kovalainen in the Finnish car? Let's find out here and let's see. They're all next in this qualifying session. So most quickest lap times so far in this second qualifier here in the Hungarian in Hungary for the Hungarian GP. Alright, let's do this then, baby. So Gross is off for his lap for Lotus. And here comes the case of Kovalainen. So it looks like Gross got ahead of Gross and Gross. Who's gone first. It was actually Heikki Kovalainen who was supposed to go out first. Then will be the French with Roman Grosjean. I think Lotus had a bit of a misjudge there. Which driver go out first in this one then. Between Kovalainen and Grosjean there potentially, so yeah. A bit like Formula E potentially, so yeah. So Grosjean on his way up the hill, going up the straight there, way into turn 4, and here comes Kovalainen. Let's see how he would do really well on this pace on this lap. Heading for turn number 4, and into the right of turn 5. Looks like he's going really well for this. Oh, not quicker than Sebastian or Felipe Massa there, potentially, Simon. Remember, we'll be losing another 7th driver by the end of this session then. As Grosjean approaches the fire sector of the circuit. Through the turn 30, the person to record the circuit turn 30 and into the right, the longest right hand into turn 4. What will Grosjean say is like potentially for the Lotus team? And he goes on 1 minute point 738, so he goes up in 2nd place there behind Sebastian. Heikki goes on a 1:8.786 there, and he goes into 4th place. So his Vettel had the Roman Grosjean, then it's Perez and Caroline slotted into P4, had Tommaso Rosberg and Senna. So well done for that, clearly, and also Hulkenberg as well, actually. So Grosjean into 2nd place, Caroline into P4 for K-Trim. So good, starting up for both of these drivers for this one in Q2. So that's done now. Next up will be Mark Webber in the other Red Bull and Passamar 9. And again, both Red Bull sent out for the first team to send out both drivers in Q2 in this qualifying session. Since the last qualifying they got the first team to have both cars out then. Just securely, man. So yeah, well done for that. So Webber is next, and Passamar in the other Williams will be out as well. So good luck for these two and see who's going to go quickest. Alright, here comes the Australian driver Mark Webber. So the second Webber driver is off on his lap, and off and when he goes. Passamar is just coming around the last curve. We'll just look at Mark Webber going down the straight then. Essentially clear, hobby, so we were going down this long straight away here, and just before breaking into turn 1 there. Very good clearing, good one there for Mark Webber. So here comes Passamar now for Williams. Here he comes. The first race on his way now, and off he goes on his lap. So let's go Webber's lap time, guys. Let's go see where he's at right now. He's approaching towards turn 4 right now, guys. Here he goes, going through that corner easily. And round he goes into the left of turn 5 and into Sakay he goes into. Starts to wait for that. Through to Sakay in turn 8, 9, 10, and 11. Through the right at turn 11 he goes. And looks like the Red Bull driver has got a really good pressure on him as he goes through this final part of this course, of this circuit in Hungary. Bring well so far for Mark Webber for the Hungarian Grand Prix recently since, so yeah. So round the 5 cut goes Webber, and across the line he goes. The Australian goes for 1:8.72, goes into 2nd place, slightly 2nd place. So Red Bull 1-2 in the moment. Wow, Red Bull slightly 2nd and goes ahead of Grosjean in 3rd. So I mean Red Bull are in 3rd and 2nd place now. Webber out in front, and 2nd for Mr. Mark Webber. What about Passamar Nada? What would the fellas could do? The Williams drive across the line, and he only goes on 1:8.854. He just 12 hundredths of a second faster than his teammate Bruno Senna. Looks like both of the Williams might be a bit struggling here in the second part of this qualifier with Maldonado cleared his teammate, but Webber slot into P2 ahead of Grosjean. Perez is in P4. What a good social lap that was, gratefully for Mark Webber. So it's a Red Bull. 1st and 2nd place, quickest so far in this 2nd part qualifying. Safely through into Q3, but will they stay there for long? I hope it's really so. But they'll hopefully they could give me a bigger change for that. So that's where we put him back to the pit lane now. So good social work there. So Red Bull out in front, but let's see who's going to try and beat them to it. So 10 drivers set the lap time. So we've only got 7 more drivers left to run and see who will be the 7 who will be knocked out in this qualifier. So next up will be both Dan Ricciardo and Kimi Raikkonen, the championship leader for Lotus. So they'll be on both next. So let's see, can they get slot into the top 10? Hope so. Truly, so try and knock down both. The first thing to try to knock down both Williams is Passamar Nardo and Bruno Senna. So they're clearly winning the session 9th and 10th at the moment, but we'll call him Kimi go quicker than them. Let's find out then. Okay, here comes Kimi Raikkonen and Dan Ricciardo. What they could do on their lap time. So Kimi is up for his lap, and here comes the Australian Dan Ricciardo. And the time to beat for 10 players on the screen right now there is in letters instead of number. Unfortunately, some of the number digits on the keyboard on this computer is not totally working. Unfortunately, I haven't checked. I looked at it this morning, and unfortunately, there's nothing wrong with it potentially, but unfortunately, they're not working at the moment. Until when I get a keyboard guy, when I get like a good computer keyboard, I hope I type it better. And this time will be number digits instead of the original letter digits. We're going to try and do so in the alphabet. So yeah. So the time to beat for 10 places, 1:866 that has been set by Bruno in the Williams car. So yeah, 866. That means that's 2 sixes and not 8 because it's 8. That is. So it's just 866. It means that's the milliseconds. That is not the factual second, not the letter symbols. Or time for letter symbol. I will say to myself then. So yeah, clearly for that. So yeah. So Kabisa 1:8.639 goes fastest in Q2 ahead of the Red Bulls, and oh my god, beats Kimi by fastest by 7,000 of a second. So Ricardo goes quickest, head of guys goes fastest in this second part qualifying, and both of them are through into Q3, beating out both of the winners. I mean, both Maldonado and Sell have been knocked out totally. I mean, Frank Williams' team are truly out of this qualifying in Q2. Unfortunately for them. So yeah, good job. So Kimi in second place with 1 minute 639, 1 minute 632 for Daniel Ricciardo, the Australian goes quickest. The Tom Wasser team are back on track after securing pole positions in Canada and in Britain. So it's the both McLarens now. So it's the team from Woking in the UK. So both Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton back running it together again like they had in Q1 last time out, because last time here they both banged wheels together and they collided together, but the stewards announced that there's no further accident necessary to start collision between both of the McLaren drivers, Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton, the two famous world champions there clearly. So no investigation necessary there, so no further accident investigation necessary from the FIA steward team, for the stewards of the FIA in this here this weekend, here this circuit in the Hungary. So no further investigation incident between both McLarens, though, Button and Hamilton. So here they won it together again to cover two. So both McLarens on a country straight with Jenson far in front, but Hamilton's not giving not on these tyres really well for around the circuit. Further go into the head through the five part of the circuit, and Jenson's going to be the first to set his lap times. This doesn't separate out very much wider now. This was how last time, like previous qualifying section that is. But of course, they go for it. So it's just 30 hundredths of a second between these two, from both Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton there, from both of the McLaren drivers. But to 1 minute 0.744, he's through. Hamilton barely has just got through ahead of Prix. So Button is slightly in the top 5. Hamilton maybe down in P7 or P8 he might be in. He could be a slight bit of danger risk he could be in for McLaren. So looks like they're both done already so far. So good job for that. 30,000th of a second between both of the 30 hundredth of a second between both of McLaren drivers since for this left. So good, that's 100 from them with lots of leads after that. So good job for there. So Button goes ahead of Perez, but Lewis unfortunately goes behind his teammate, unfortunately. So for this one here on the McLaren drive rivalry ones of the McLaren team. So yeah, it looks like Jenson wins that battle between his teammate though for the challenge his battle to the McLarens there. So Jenson had the quickest, and then Lewis faced 100 slower than his teammate. Good job for that. But it's just such a good work for the McLaren team, so well done for them. Alright, we only got about 3 more drivers left to get one to do the qualifying lap. And next up 2 will be Pedro Wilson for HRT and Paul di Resta for Force India. Let's see how they get into Q2. Not Q2, I mean into Q2. Sorry about that, my apologies. Can they get into the final part qualifying to Q3? Can they get to qualify for into the top 10 shootout in Q3 into the top 10? But can they do it? Let's find out. They're going to try to get into the knockout stage and try to get into through to the shootout stages into Q3. The final, the super pro shootout. Then see they can try to get pro. So let's see they try and do it. So guys, we're going to see that I'll try right now, guys. Next up, guys. So let's go. Let's do this now, guys. Let's do this. Let's do the next 2. So let's bring the next 2 on track, guys, to do the lap. Alright, just 3 more drivers left to go, guys. The Scotsman of Paul di Resta is now halfway his lap now. As we just put the McLaren back into the pit lane right now. Here comes the HRT and Pedro Wilson. Means Tim will be on his own though to do his lap potentially, and there will not be an extra lap time for if any other driver try post another quicker lap time. It's only just a 1 lap qualifying system. It is for each one. For every qualifier, just one simple 1 lap qualifying they have to try to get their cars through, potentially for that. So for the rest of going through now. So the time to beat to go into 10th place now. I think it's Nico Rosberg with a time of 8-1. Actually, no, it's not Nico Rosberg. It's actually Felipe Massa. It is because Rosberg is 1.82. He's actually 40. He's out, unfortunately. Massa a 1.818. His lap time is trying to beat. Sorry, but what can Paul di Resta do that? And he goes quickest, or 1.609. Good to good, pretty fast lap for the 14 of Hulkenberg of Paul di Resta there for the 14 team. Look at that's a good lap for the British driver though. He goes onto the top. He goes fastest, and it's fastest in this second qualifying session really late. Pedrosa goes to the 1 minute 0.7370 he goes into P5. So, straight through to the top. There goes Pedrosa there, clearly, guys. He's through. Safe and sound for that, then, clearly, for that, guys. So, Donald Pedrosa, the HRT Spaniard Detroit and the Roblox 2010 Formula 1 champion, is through to the Q3 shootout into qualifying 3. He's through to the 5-part qualifying now. But we only got one more try to try to see he could try to stop try to go through as well. Will be Team McClock in the Worcester team, but he's the only one left because Timmy Chadwick was knocked out in Q1 in the last part of qualifying. Sadly for that though. But Glock is ready to try to do this once and for the Worcester team, so he'll be the last try to do his laps. So let's see, can he get through or not? So Team McClock is going to be the last one to do his lap. So good luck for him, but can he do it? Let's find out. Alright, the final driver. Here comes Tim McClock. Let's see how well he can do then. So the final driver of this second qualifying session in this second part of qualifying is the last driver to do his lap. So here he goes now. Onto the relay. Let's see he tries to find some good fireable time there. Very good through turn 1 there. Now down he goes down to go through that along on the straightaway and onto the longest left-hander. And along the left-hander going on to turn 2. Nailed that easily. Through to the right turn 3. And into the up to here to turn 4. Really good through that first sector there. In turn 5 he goes through it and into the chicane he goes. There's 4 quarters turner. He's halfway through so far of this circuit. So before we go into the chicane, he's trying to beat cover line. He's calling in running P10 the moment 1.786. Can Tim McClock to try and beat this lap to try to go through to Q3. So you need to try and beat a lap to go through into the top 10 shootout into Q3. But can he do it? He's heading towards the fire corner. It's the longest right-hander coming out of the last fire corner into turn 10. Clock, one last call right now. Onto the straightaway and across the line. And it's a 1 minute 1.06. He doesn't make it through. Lost a bit of amount of time though through the fire sector from Team McClock. So unfortunately, Mercer down 17th and 23rd for the race tomorrow. So Glock doesn't make it through, unfortunately. So guys, so Team McClock, unfortunately, he's out to qualifying at the end of Q2. It means well done to Pedrosa through to Q3 and Kovalivan in the Caterham just barely made it through for Caterham as the finish driver is through. Well done for that. So we have 2 finish drivers into Q3 and well done to both Weber. First time we've seen both cars into Q for the very first time after struggling so far after scores a maximum 5 points in Britain and Germany in Silverstone of the Hungarian last 2 races out then. So well done for them. So let's take a look at the lap times let's take a look at the qualified 2 lap times from these drivers for the 17 drivers remaining in the session. So here are the qualified Q2 lap times there of this session. Really good work for these 17 drivers remaining in this second qualified set of the day, guys. And let's take a look who are the 7 drivers who failed to make it through to the top 10 student into Q3. Actually, Lewis Hamilton was the one to be. He said 1.774. He was actually 12 hundredths tenths faster than Heikki Kovalainen. So unfortunately, Heikki was actually in P11 at this moment, guys. Unfortunately, he's out as well. So the Caterham team failed to both cars out to the with P11 and P22. 11 times 2 equals 22. Well done for them. 11 and 22nd place. Halfway through the pack, they're going to be started the race on 11 22nd place potentially. So and row 6 and row 11 on the grid potentially for tomorrow. So yeah. So the 7th driver we lost from this second part qualifier, guys. So we lost 7 drivers who didn't make it through to the top 10 shooter in Q3, and they are he's on the screen now, guys. Here they are, and it would be Heikki Kovalainen for Caterham. Felipe Massa, the Brazilian, is out, unfortunately, as the VI driver is out. Also, Nico Rosberg from Mercedes, and also the other Nico of Hulkenberg in the 14 as well. We lost him as well. We lost both of winners of Maldonado and Brio Senna, and Timo Glock for Worcester. So we lost Kovalainen, Massa, Nico Rosberg, Nico Hulkenberg, Pato Maldonado, Brio Senna, and Timo Glock. So well done to both Lotus drivers, McLaren and Red Bull, to get all their cars to get 2 of their cars into top 10 student into final part qualifying Q3. The rest is also through, as also Perez. David Clark also through as well, and Pedrosa are also through HRT as well. So that's top 10. For it, it's the top 10 student into Q3, and I will begin in about later on at maybe about 6 o'clock. I think will be in the evening. So yeah, well that's the end of Q2, guys. We'll be back about 5. We'll be back in like 25 minutes or half an hour, or maybe 40 minutes or later or 2, or maybe the next hour or 2, guys. We'll be back in the next hour in 1 hour time from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. We'll have the final 10 drivers to qualify for all the point purposes for the race for the Hungarian Grand Prix race tomorrow. For the race tomorrow, so yeah. But who will it be? We'll find out later on in the evening, guys. Okay, guys. Well, good job for seeing that. Thanks everybody for watching so far. We'll be having this. Wait, if you have enjoyed this conversation so far, you want to go back if you have missed some of it so far completely. Sorry, we had the first conversation last night, the second conversation early morning in the afternoon as well, and now we got the 5-part conversation coming up later on this evening, the next hour. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you will be thanks for watching for this video lately, and hopefully you don't miss a second video. And also subscribe to the channel for more daily videos on F1 Roblox, on the Roblox F1 World Championship season, or the 2020 season that we are doing right now. So yeah, but yeah, we're doing really well for this way, truly well. So yeah, well done for that. So anyway, so 24 to 17 that now down to 10 now for the 5-part qualifying later on. So yeah, so it's been very clear for that. So yeah, all right, guys, we'll see you later on. So we'll be seeing you in the next hour. So anyway, guys, we'll see you there. Take care, and we'll see you guys in the few. We'll be back. We'll see you guys later on. So see you later. Hello everybody, I'm back again. Hello and good evening to you all. Welcome back to the third and final part of this. Welcome back to qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix Formula 1 2012 Roblox World Championship. We're here for the Hungarian Grand Prix qualifying session. I think it is, yeah. Welcome back everybody to qualify for the Hungarian Grand Prix for the Roblox F1 2012 World Championship season. Well, we're down to the final 10 draw into this third and final qualifying, so we're here for qualifying 3 for the third and final part with 10 drivers battling out to the bitter end. And the first driver is going to be going out on trying to see who will take purposes. So the 10 cars will go out 2 by 2. So there'll be 5 groups of this. Yeah, 5 groups of this qualifying. So yeah, between both of these 2 drivers, each of the 2 drivers, each of the 2 drivers each one. So yep, and to the end, the last 2 drivers would be Dolores and the rest of it. Yep, that's what it'd be like. Yeah. So whoever's can set the fastest, quickest time will be on pole position for the race tomorrow for the Hungarian Grand Prix here at the Hungarian circuit in Budapest in Hungary. For the Hungarian Grand Prix start tomorrow, and we'll get the lights facilities and fix this HT pit stop procedure market system here. And we'll try and get this working into the for the race tomorrow before. So we'll do something really quick until the race begins tomorrow. So yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's do this. So yeah, we'll fight it on to a quick lap time. And whoever gets us a pole, and whoever sets on purpose here will start the race. Remember guys, whoever posted the fastest lap time, quickest lap time of the day will be on pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix race tomorrow. So let's do it. Let's begin the 5-part qualifying 3 now begin for the top 10 shootout. And the first of those drivers will be taking on Q3 will be Sergio Perez and the 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel for Red Bull and for the Mexican driver for Sauber. So let's see. So they'll be the first to ready to go. They're ready to go in the pit stop box system. Ready to go out on track. So let's Q3 commence. So let's see. So let's get to see the first 2 cars on track. So, through the 5 cars goes Sergio Perez, so check his way to go to see how his Q3 appearances do really well after Q2 when he was quickest until the rest Ricardo and Riker were quicker than him throughout the rest of the qualifying 2 sessions. So yeah, throughout the rest of Q2, apparently that is. So he was the rest of quickest in the second qualifying. So check Perez was quicker in the first qualifying with 1 minute 5.1. So for the quickest lap time was 1 minute 5.1 set by Sergio Perez himself from Q1 for the first qualifying of the day here last night in here in Hungary. So this is the battle to determine the pole position for So it's the first 2 drivers. So we've got 8 more before after them to set the additional to see who could get up to the top firstly, clearly, potentially for that. Potentially for that. Prix did the quickest man and the fastest lap of this whole session of this whole circuit for 1 minute 0.581. That's the quickest lap time we've seen so far for this, clearly, apparently for that. So such Press, when the fire cord comes in, he's up, and he goes on 1 minute 0.73. Will Better be that? He does so, 1 minute 0.625. So Vettel is on pole, unless someone can stop him. So Vettel, the time is 1 minute 0.625. It's the time to beat for pole position. So Vettel is on pole with 1 minute 625. Well done to Seb. So looking forward for this then, and they will be parking up in the Marissa pit bar and see to determine who will be on pole position for the race tomorrow, and see who will dominate it on top potentially a lot. Alright, let's get the next two. The next 2 drivers will be Mark Webber in the other Red Bull and Roman Grosjean in the Lotus. So the Frenchman and the Australian will be ready to go out next up. So good luck to them, and let's see how this will be very good for them. See, can they beat Sebastian's pole over 1 minute 0.625, who is currently not quickest. The quickest lap so far in this qualifier, so it was actually such a Perez from Q1 in the Sauber, 1 minute 0.581 so far around this whole circuit in Hungary for this Hungarian GP for this whole weekend here in Hungary. So let's go. Let's do the next 2 drives right now, guys. Let's do this right now. So here they come now. Around the fire core comes Roman Grosjean in the Lotus and Mark Webber in the Red Bull. Off they go for the lap here at the Hungarian circuit in Hungary. Let's see, can I do really well to try to beat Vettel's lap time? The pole time to beat. So the time to beat for pole position is 1 minute 0.625 set by Sebastian Vettel. So can they beat the German's lap time? Sebastian Vettel, 4-time world champion's lap time though. As through goes Rosen and through goes Webber into the longest left-hander at turn 2 at the Hungarian second in Budapest. Here at the Hungarian Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Through they go to turn 4, and Gross is finding a lot of a pair, but Webber might be quicker than his teammate throughout that first sector done. Through they go, bit top there into the chicane, they're going into turn 5, into the chicane 6, 7, and through they go into the left-hander turn 8, 9, and 10. Turn 8 to 10, section no, and now they're come around the 5 sector of the circuit in the Hungarian. Of course, if we to turn 13, and Webber's not that far behind. Round the 5 corner into the longest right-hander turn 14. Would it be Grosjean? Can Grosjean beat Verstappen? Heading towards the right now across the line, so he was 1 minute 0.720. Webber 1 minute 0.884 for the Australian driver for Red Bull. Grosjean goes into second place. He's going to second play and he's on the front row, but Webber only 4th. 1 minute 0.884. Webber lost a bit of time there throughout that last sector of the last sector of that course on the last sector of the circuit. Not really truly good that is. So Webber has lost crucial time throughout the last part of the circuit, like the last sector of the track. So there's a big mistake though for Mr. Mark Webber himself, for the Australian driver for Webber Racing. So that's a big crucially mistake for the Australian driver. So Webber's in 4th, Grosjean's is still on purpose at the moment for this Hungarian Grand Prix. But there's only just there's only 6 more drivers left to go. And the next 2 will be Kimi Raikkonen, the championship leader for Lotus in the other Lotus, and Derek Carter in the Scuderia Rosso car. So let's see how this one will be very good for this see how this train can do really well after going really well. Go after 3rd quickest in the last qualifying in qualifying 2. So in second qualifying that was. But can he hopefully turn that into a pole position and go on the front row? Let's find out. And they're up next though. So here come the next 2. Derek Carter in the Toro Rosso way to go to on his lap, and off he goes. So the Australia's on his lap right now. The 5th driver to do this, and Raikkonen in 6th place, and we're gonna have the Bowman cars during next in all 3 qualifiers between Button and Hamilton again. Again, in the first one, the second qualifier, and now they're going to be challenging again in Q3. They're going to do it for the battle challenges to the McLaren to the McLaren team from Woking, the base company of the McLaren Technology Centre in Woking in England, just near the capital city of London. That's here located then. Near the Wilford Sea in the landscape countryside. that is located in. So yeah, that's what it is in Woking. That is for the 8 dozen states. So yeah, play for all this. Yeah. So we have battle team for the first like a both drivers in the team for the first time. I think since I think it was about 5 or 6 races ago when another team had 2 cars battle together in qualifying all 3 qualifying. So I think we've seen that for the first time this season. We have seen though for that. So David Cars 1.710 for the Tom Watson TS Australia goes into P2, but Raikkonen actually, yeah, he goes exactly in second place, the Australian driver behind Vettel. Raikkonen goes on 1 minute point 751. So the championship goes into P4, and he's slightly slower than his teammate. So, but actually, he's actually not in 4th place. No, he's down in 5th place at the moment, then, guys. So Raikkonen in P5 for Lotus. So currently 3rd and 5th place so far for the Lotus team in this field, and leading the Constructors Championship. Leading both championship drivers and Constructors Championship after this way, after Germany. But it's Ricardo in second place, Dufel and Poe, and there's the dual McLaren, the both McLaren battle duel next up between both of the McLarens. Let's see how they will do. Can they either the McLaren beat Sebastian Vettel, or would it still be him on Poe for the race? Let's find out as they get ready to go out next for qualifying. 3 in the 5 qualifying in the top 10 shootout here in Hungary at the Hungarian circuit for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And look at that. The gap is actually 400 of a second. The difference between Derek Carter and Kimi Raikkonen there for their lap time when they gone out together early on that one in qualifying 3. That was really too close there, but if we call it quicker than Raikkonen, he's in second place, but Raikkonen's down P5. So good work one for them. Very close there between these 2 drivers going out next. But now it's time for the McLaren duel in their battle between Button and Hamilton now. So off goes Jenson Button for McLaren Mercedes. So the third McLaren driver is off. The 2009 champion is off on the one end. Here comes the 7-time Formula 1 champion Lewis Hamilton, and off he goes. The McLaren, off he goes. The McLaren battle. Jury once again, like they had in the last 2 qualifiers, but this is the battle here in Hungary between the McLaren driver between Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton here in Hungary at the Hungarian second for the Hungarian GP. As down goes Hamilton into turn number 2. Now round the right, longest right-handed here, very much neatly through there potentially, and through to turn 3 goes. Up there, here he goes through into turn number 4 now. There he goes, and into the right-handed turn 5. Into the K, and there's a corner there at the end of turn 1, but that doesn't count as an actual corner potentially. So for that, yeah. So by around the right corner through turn 12 into the potential corner around the right turn and into the longest right hand turn 40, the last corner of the whole track circuit, or the number of 40 corners in total. And by the 1 minute forward, and he goes Poe. He snatched that pole position from Vettel. Well, Robert Lewis, he does it on 1.820, but Button on 1.40, he's gone professional pole position, and he goes up to the top of the table. He's on professional pole for McLaren. The 2009 World Champion is on professional pole. A 1.40, and that's a new lap record on the circuit. And plenty faster than Perez's lap time in Q1, apparently, but Button has snatched pole position for McLaren, unless there's only just 2 more drivers left to do the lap times, will be Paul di Resta and Pedro Loza for the HRT team and the Force India lap to 1. But Button is on pole position for the Hungarian GP when he's made his win back in 2008 and his second win here in 2011. But would this be the pole position for Button here in Hungary? Because there's just 2 more drivers left to 1. And that's Paul di Resta and Pedro Loza. Let's see how well they will do. And they're both are last in this, last to do their one here in here at this Hungarian Hungarian circuit in Hungary. But why the Williams is also in the pit? There should be out of club, but not taking part for it, potentially. So yeah, not potentially for that clearly for that. Need to put it out of the way clearly for that. Sorry, one part of mistake there, guys. Need to put the Williams back out of the pit box because they're both out of qualifying, unfortunately. And Button 410 quicker than his teammate throughout all 3 sectors around this circuit in Hungary. So it's Bob Poe, Lewis, Danny, P7. So the 5 2 drivers of this qualifier are Paul di Resta and Dolorosa could either try to beat Bottas' pro time 1.40 or will make up determine which position which grid position from 1 to 10 they will start in, which position, or maybe in the current midfield in the mid top tens there will be, where there will be at the back of the pack or in the middle of the pack for on the front of the grid for tomorrow, or any other kind of world from second to the fifth row on the grid for tomorrow's Grand Prix. Just make it smart through day through to turn 5 and into the chicane to turn 6 and 7. Bit of touch there, bit of bump there. So looking good for security around the corners for that. Here comes the Dolorosa. Bit bang for there, clearly. That's the rest of France of Icon. This is the Motor 2. Would it be both purposes for James Button here in Hungary, or would it be any of the last two drivers winning there? Paul Duessa and Dolorosa. How will this going to be very good, clear for this lap time? Duessa round the right car, round the longest right hand onto the straightaway and across the line. It's a 1.588, and he goes second quickest. He's on the front wall. He goes Peter. What about Dolorosa? Only 1.813. He goes on the 8th. Only 8th for Pedro Dolorosa for the HRT for the Roblox Trade 10 Formula 1 champion, though. But actually, no. It's actually 7 because he's overhead. He's ahead of Lewis Hamilton. So Pedro Dolorosa is in 7th place. Lewis Hamilton from McLaren P8. But yeah, but Tesla, well done to Paul Duessa. It's a front row start for the Scotsman, for the British driver, and it will be an almighty British front row with Duessa in second place. But it is Jenson Button, the McLaren driver, the 2009 Formula 1 champion, has taken pole position at this track where he's made a win back in 2006 and a second win here on his 200 Grand Prix start in 2011. But it's the number 3 British driver, the 2009 champion, the team from Woking, McLaren, battled it out between Hamilton and Bob. But Jenson Button has taken pole position at this track where he made his win back in 2006. What you see is Button on pole and it's Paul Duessa alongside on the front row. So it'll be a Force India and a McLaren on the front row, and then in third will be Sebastian Vettel for Red Bull. Good, starting to work for that. But Button and McLaren have done it. Pole position here in Hungary, and big contender of the championship finder, and the teams went down in 4th place in the Constructors' Championship so far after Germany. Button made it into the top 10 last time, qualifying P8, but in the next race, this weekend here in Hungary, he's finally taken pole position at the Hungarian circuit in Hungary. And here are the top 10s qualifying lap time in this 5-part qualifying. But it's Button, this guy here, he's on pole position. This guy here, Jenson Button, with 1.420, quickest lap time here in Hungary so far in this qualifying. It's a new track record for this circuit here in Hungary. But it's Button on pole for McLaren Mercedes. So after the qualifying, it has first, guys. Here's the final result on the screen right now, guys. Here's the qualification result. Here's the qualifying result for the Hungarian Grand Prix race start tomorrow. And it's Jenson Button on pole position for McLaren. He's taken his first pole position in this Roblox era theory, in this whole universe of Roblox here on this track where he had his major win here in 2006 and his second win in his 200 GP in 2011. So he's on pole position for McLaren. Paul Duessa Scotsman, second place for Force India. He'll be starting alongside Button on the front row. Button, third place for the German in Red Bull. David Carr, fourth for Toro. So good luck there for the Australian after knocked down in the last qualification in Q. He actually got through into Q3. Yes, he has. He did get through the last race in Germany, and he got through again. But this time he's starting 4th instead of 3rd. But he got last time in Germany in the Hockenheim wing circuit. So yeah. So we call it 4th. 5th gone to Wimmer Grozen in the other Lotus. Perez 6th for Sauber. 7th Kimi Wagen, champions leader for Lotus. The Iceman looking incredible for the top to how we make a top 10 finish by the race tomorrow. How we need the front for tomorrow's Grand Prix. Lotus 8th for HRT as the 2010 World Bus Formula 1 champion starts on the 4th row for HRT as the Spaniard starts 8th. Then it's Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren in 9th and Mark Webber in the Red Bull in 10th. Just behind him, Keiko Oliver and Masters start alongside them in 11th and 12th. There's Nico Rosberg in the Mercedes 30, head of Nico Hulkenberg, his third Hockey Meg in the 14 and 40. Maldonado first row will be starting the race in 50, head of his teammate Bruno Senna in 60 for the Williams team on the 8th row on the grid. There will be Timo Glock in the Mercer in 70, head of Michael Schumacher, the 7-time champion for Mercedes in 80. Then it's something in the other tour was like all the way back in 90 after the pole position last time in Germany. Then it's Fernando Alonso in 20 in the Ferrari as the Spaniard was knocked out again in Q1. Then it will be Kobayashi, and then it will be the three slowest F1 team in real life in the current Formula era, and then will be the three drivers side of the back of slowest car side of the back of the pack. Then will be Vitaly Petrov in the Caterham. Then it's Frenchman Charles Pick, and then started the back of the pack in 23 in last position is Noel Carter-Kane in the other HRT. So we're looking forward for all 24 cars on the grid tomorrow. Then we'll have to sort out the HRT pit box system, and hopefully we'll get ready for the race tomorrow. Then, so yeah, good job for that. So it's Brian Poe and the rest alongside him on the front row for tomorrow's GP race for the Hungarian Grand Prix race tomorrow. Well then, guys, thanks everybody for watching qualifying. We'll be seeing you guys next time tomorrow for the race itself, for the Hungarian Grand Prix race, and see which one of these straightforward drivers will take the win here, the Hungarian, take the trophy and onto the podium alongside. Because last season, HT won with Victor Lucy here, the Hungarian in race 9. But who will be this time here in Hungary? We'll see you guys next time. Actually, this is it was actually around 9. Yeah, we had Canada race 5, then Europe, Britain, Germany, and then the Hungary race 9 around 9 of the Formula 1 championships. Yeah, but who will we do this year then? So join us guys tomorrow for the race. We'll be starting maybe around like midday or maybe 3 o'clock tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully a good time for that. So maybe on Monday or Tuesday related. Maybe on Monday will be so likely. I'll be busy on Sunday. So yeah, and the video out. So yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks everybody for watching this qualifier for the Hungarian Grand Prix Formula 1 Roblox and the Roblox F1 2012 Hungarian Grand Prix. But guys, hope you guys enjoyed this, guys. Thanks for watching this, guys. And then we'll see you guys tomorrow for the race. But guys, thanks for watching for qualifying, and we'll see you. And I'll see you guys for the race tomorrow. But guys, enjoy the rest of your day, though, guys. I'll see you guys next time for the race. But guys, until the race tomorrow, guys. Goodbye.